these players with some spectacular dunks in the rookie game.
Well, not only that, I think that going first is an advantage in some sense because you're pretty warmed up.
I talked with the judges, and what they're going to judge is on this entire performance of this first 90 seconds. But Brent Barry, I thought he had a 48 in the rookie game on an alley-oop from Tom Sidney.
Now that had a little flavor to it.
He's just got to make sure he gets 3 dunks in, and then he can go for something spectacular.
That wasn't spectacular?
It's the best one we've seen. That's not a bad one either. Remember that Drew plays on the Georgia Tech basketball team and has done pretty well. And today, Georgia Tech defeated North Carolina in a big ACC game in overtime.
He's going to bring out the free throw line. Dr. J invented this dunk, I don't know how many years ago, Reggie, 20 years ago, and Brent Barry is going to do it in the first round. He's bringing it out.
But you know what? You have to love it because it's still a tremendous lead.
Did you see his expression? He said, what else do you want? And the fans are showing 10s and 9s in the crowd. None other than Shaq.
Well, he said that he's got a dunk he's going to bring out if he needs it, that the whole world is going to love. Oh, little fella.
Pretty good start.
Well, he's a little guy. He's only 6'1", and Shaq and Penny campaigned with Rod Thorne to get him in this contest. He only has 1 dunk in a game so far.
That's got to tell you something. I'm going to give you a hint of what this dunk is called. He said, Reggie, I got a lot of shoes to fill.
That is his second attempt. And Darrell Armstrong just came off the injured list last Wednesday against the Detroit Pistons.
Well, I had talked to him about it earlier, you know, not being around and being kind of a special guy.
Ooh, that would have been good, Red.
Spectacular dunks in the rookie game from the Sixers.
Well, this guy's got a lot of shoes to fill. Also, people going to North Carolina have him as being the next Michael Jordan, and a lot of pressure on him. I talked with a lot of players, Reggie, and a lot of the guys have him and Michael Finley, along with Brent Barry, as the favorites in this competition.
Along with Brent Barry, he's got something to perform the same way. It's about 6'7", 6'8" in the long, and they can dunk the ball hard. That's what the crowd likes.
Can you imagine coming in saying you're going to be the next Michael Jordan? I mean, that's the worst curse anyone could have.
I tell you what, that's a lot of pressure.
And the worst thing about it is the first time they met head-to-head, Michael outscored him 48 to 49.
Wait a minute, but the young fellow was talking stuff. Michael knew that. You don't talk about Michael like that.
He has to, 90 seconds, attempt 3 dunks. He doesn't have to make 3.
He's tired. He's cutting it short. He thinks he's
traded to the Knicks from the LA Lakers, originally drafted by the Supersonics.
That's a great athlete.
Dunks fast, too. You see how quick he got up and then to dunk. He loves to get it in there quick. And we had a chance to talk to him in the locker room before this, and he is very excited.
Kenny Walker of the New York Knicks won the slam dunk back in 1989.
Well, Doug said theatrics is what's going to win it for you. And he's got one called the Moose that he said he's going to bring out. And this is it. Over his head. This is the Moose. This is what he wants to do. He said this is going to put him over the top.
He's got a whole minute to get this right. He's only got 1 dunk to do. He needs to get a good kick. He's got time.
It's like a couple of field goal kickers in the NFL.
Plus, this gives him time to rest as well.
They're blocked. I don't know if that's exactly what Christie had envisioned.
Players, Dick. I talked with most of the guys over there on the sideline before the competition started, and the majority had Michael Finley. And we see why on the first dunk. He's just getting loose. He does those in the games. He could just do game dunks and get 50s.
That's exactly what he said he was going to come out and do, just do game dunks for him.
Tomahawk.
He had one in the rookie game that was amazing. Dominique Wilkins made that one right there famous.
You get the feeling already that Finley is going to move on to the finals. 3 will move on.
Well, he's doing something that nobody else did. He's got flavor, and he's playing to the crowd.
Of the Boston Celtics.
Oh, my goodness.
Now that had some hop.
That was impressive, Reggie. You know, one guy thought that this guy would win it of the people I talked with, but that is pretty impressive. That's what's going on.
A little bit of juice on that one, kind of a little shake up top. but I didn't think he got up that high on that particular dunk.
None of the players in this year's field have competed in this contest before, so this is their first moment in the sun, and they're looking pretty good at it.
Well, I think Miner, all he has to do is beat Stackhouse's 40, Dick, and I think that he's already done that.
Drew Barry and Michael Finley are already in, so we have 2/3 of the finalists all set here in this Nestle Slam Dunk contest. Brent Barry, that is.
And he might.
So, Brent Barry, Michael Finley, Greg Miner have all advanced. And the finals of the Nestle Crunch Slam Dunk. Let's take a look at Brent Barry and Michael Finley and Greg Miner. First Barry with the highest score.
Well, Reggie, you know, this guy, he reminds me that he's the closest thing to Pistol Pete. One of my favorite players as a kid growing up. I don't think Pistol could do that.
And with his jacket on, but this guy, Finley, had some authority. He had some hops, and then he got a little shake go along with it. And that goes along big to the crowd and the judges.
Well, and Miner jumps so easy, but I think he's going to have to come up with something a little bit special to get by Finley. Maybe he's got something up his sleeve.
They may just want to go and get one in since they missed the other one.
Same order, Greg Miner, Michael Finley, and then Brent Barry will go last.
Very solid dunk, but nothing spectacular.
He was just making sure that he made it.
Good point you had, you know, with the pressure on like this, with everyone having poor first efforts.
Right.
You don't want to come away with 0. So that was Miner's effort. Now Finley, there it is again, Greg Miner.
Reggie, you say that's not spectacular. I wish I could have done that.
Hell, I can't even draw a man that can do that.
In last year, a lot of people, as you mentioned, around the NBA think that Finley was going to win this contest, including Grant Hill. Here's his last chance.
I got news
A
for
good
you.
one, a good chance.
He could get a 50 off that one. The difference is, it's not the dunk. It's after he caught it, he windmilled it. Now that's what's hard. It takes a lot of upper body strength to do that.
Reggie, that's really a hard dunk, but that's not a 50. I'm sorry. We'll see here in a second, but there's no way that's a 50.
Danny, when you look at this dunk, watching when he gets up the extension, and not everybody could just dunk it, but he takes it back all the way around his head and dunks it again. That's a tough dunk.
Oh, I know that's a tough dunk.
46.2 is the score, so he didn't get the 50.
But very close.
But he's got 46.2 and right now has taken the lead over Greg Miner, who had a 40 point.
So Ryan got him the 45.
I think so.
Play to the crowd.
He's going for it. Not only that, the guys in the sideline, all the other players are telling him to go for that one. That's the one they want to see. They're all stepping up on right now. I told you something to the other side.
He said he would go for a combination Michael Jordan, Dr. J, risky dunk if he needed it.
I think he got it, Reggie. I think he got it. Yeah. I think that's a 47.
Oh, it's going to be very close.
It is going to be close.
Didn't have the rhythm, didn't have the spectacularness of the Finley dunk, but definitely, you know, when you take off from way out there, look at the stride. And we all talked about it. He's gangly, he's long arms, long legs, and he's got some glide.
And he wins it with a 49. 49 for Greg Barry. And I mentioned Drew. Drew had 9 3-pointers when Georgia Tech beat Carolina in overtime. So what a big day for the Barry family today, as Dr. J, along with Dave Collins, Maurice Lucas, the 1996 Nestle Crunch Slam Dunk champion is Brent Barry.